BLOC Radio.
Pag kilala mo na, obviously nakita mo, kilala ko yung sarili ko.
Yeah.
No? Kilala ko. So, mas madali na. Ngayon, hindi applicable na kunyari, like I would mention another true story, a backstory noon. Okay. Did you know, I'm very proud of this, that my first ever angel investor at BLOC is Brother Bo Sanchez. Okay. Now, shortcutin ko na, no? Kasi we are from the Missionaries of the Homeless. We built housing for the abandoned elderly, mga lolo-lola na, alam mo yun, natatagpuan sa mga kalsada na iniwanan silang pamilya o hindi, wala na silang pamilya. So, para siyang home for the aged doon sa INNO. So, we built houses for the abandoned lolos and lolas.
Yeah.
So, kaya si Brother Bo din yung nag-help sa BLOC, sa akin, as the inventor, na ma-secure or ma-protect yung intellectual properties, not just locally but abroad.
Okay.
Kaya yung international.
Yeah.
Meron kasi nga parang treaty.
Yeah.
Kung gusto mo i-protectahan sa China or sa US. So, to make it short, he's the first investor. Now, why I'm mentioning this? Kasi meron siyang book na up to this date, pag naalala ko, natatawa ko talaga. Why? Kasi nung time na yun, syempre, he was a preacher. Suddenly, at the age of, I don't know, 30 plus na siya, 30 or more, parang nakita niya na importante pala yung, yung means, nilang yung mission, yung means for the mission. So, paano ka magkakaroon ng means kung hindi mo naintindihan yung means or money? So, suddenly, naintindihan niya ngayon na, itong mga sinishare natin, about the importance of financial literacy. Ngayon, natatawa ko sa isang book niya na sinishare niya na meron siyang natutunan. Okay. Natutunan na huwag mong pasukin ang hindi mo mundo. Kasi hindi porke sinabi na mag-business ka, pumasok ka ng maski anong business. So he entered into kung ano-ano. Kung tama yung pagkakarecall ko, even yung mga insurance, life insurance, pinasok niya yun. Even yung pagtitinapan ng mga ganun. And then, isa sa mga binabanggit niya na maling ginawa niya, na pinasok niya was the construction world. O the industry. Sino yun nandun? Hindi ako yun. So, ang point ko nun is, syempre hindi pa niya alam eh.
Okay.
Pero of course, thank you pa rin. Bagay we learn from experience nga, di ba? So, eventually, he focused on his core gifting, which is communication eh. He's a writer, right? He's a best-selling author. Yeah. And then he's a preacher. He's really good. May kwento nga siya eh. He's giving he's providing yung yung talks niya for free. No, kasi gano'n siya. I mean, he's doing things sa ministry, ganyan. And then until meron siya nakasabay na preacher na, gulat siya. Parehas lang naman silang ginawa pero binayaran ng 100,000 ata yung time na yun. Wow, sandali. Parang, so, nagkaroon siya epiphany na, hindi naman masama eh, di ba? So, eventually, fast forward, pag kilala mo yung sarili mo, mas tama yung mapipili mo, mas magiging successful ka. So, nung bumalik sa focusing on communications, doon siya na-blessed lalo financially. Hindi na siya umalis doon sa hindi naman niya mundo. Do not enter into a business. Nasasabihin ng mga tao sa iyo doon is, shut up. Wala kang alam dito sa business na to. Imagine ikaw yung investor, ikaw yung founder, ikaw yung wala kang alam doon.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. No? Kasi sometimes some people, like, meron akong pera. Saan kaya ako mag-i-invest? Ito, brother, ang lakas ito ngayon. Itong ganitong business. Dito, pasukin natin. Ito kasi malakas ngayon eh. Marami ganyan, no?
Yeah, lalo yung mga OFWs.
Yeah, di ba? When they come, they wanna retire, they come home in
may
the
pera na
Philippines.
sila.
Yeah, saan natin papasok tong, or anong business gagawin natin? Malakas ang hardware. Wala pang hardware dito sa town natin. Mag-hardware ka. Could be a good idea. But again, yun nga, you have to consider, it could be a good business and you can be a businessman for that. Like if you're in a small town, kali ka abroad, pwede mo sa small town, no? Walang hardware, in demand ang hardware kaysa magdala pa, bumiyahe pa ng Manila, dun na lang sa'yo kukuha. That's a good idea and that is actually could work, no? Na okay siya. But then again, is that your world? Doon na ngayon, di ba? Doon na ngayon yun. So, I think it will go to my next question. How do you maintain? Kasi when you're in the right side na, in that quadrant, di ba? Getting there through hard work, to self-mastering and you did all that, everything, because in your world, at saka ikaw, na-experience mo rin, brother, diba? And you know people who are entrepreneurs, who are, alam mo naman na alam kahit pa paano yung mga alam mo din, no? Pero, bigla silang nawawala, bigla silang nag-fail, bigla silang aangat ulit, tapos mag-fail ulit, tapos hindi na sila nakakabangon, and all those stuff, no? Ikaw, if you're gonna sum it up, paano mo siya ma-maintain when you're in the right side of the quadrant na?
Okay, napakadali niyan. Duplicate what worked. So, it's scaling up. So, playing safe is risky. No? So, huwag kang mag-play safe. Kasi nga, even yung pera, di ba? May inflation eh. Di ba? So, huwag kang mag-play safe. So, kung meron ka na nagawa na something na nag-work, scale it up. Duplicate it, replicate it, proliferate it. And that's what I'm doing. Di ba? So, ganun kadali. Pero, nasagot ko na ha. Nasagot ko na. Pero may gusto akong balikan that will give value sa mga nakikinig na interested. Ano? Evaluation eh. Meron kasing mga, tama yung sinabi mo. Like, bigyan ko na example yung sinabi mo hardware. So, kung akong kung ako yung mentor, wala namang tama yung sinabi mo. Hindi naman masama na pumasok hardware kasi yun yung may demand. For example, or certain
small town.
Pero paano kung hindi mo core competency or hindi mo gifting yung anong yan. Ang entrepreneur, iba kasi mag-isip. Ang gagawin niyan is, he will look for that right person na passionate doon, align doon. May experience doon. No? Kaso walang kapital. Kasi ang purpose nun is, your business should run even without you there. Doesn't necessarily ikaw yung pinakamagaling doon. May idea ka lang. Pero ang sinasabi ko, advantage pa rin na talagang marami kang alam doon para hindi ka maloloko. Kasi syempre marami stories na ang galing nga nung kinuha mo. Sobrang galing niya. Niloko ka niya. Right? Diba? So ang point ko nito is pwede pa rin. Oo. So choose the right people who will run it. Pero ang skills na kailangan mo is people, yung paano mo alagaan yung tao.
Or tell me if this works as well, no? Okay, so you're a small town, may demand, gumawa ka ng hardware, pero hindi talaga yan ang parang
aligned sa
core gifting mo, no?
Or interest mo, or passion or what.
And then, nag-self-master ka, nag-ano ka, and everything, no? Kung kumikita yung hardware, as an entrepreneur, you go to a business na alam mong yun yung ano mo.
Yeah, sometimes nga ang nangyayari, brother.
Parang stepping stone ba?
Actually, in reality, minsan, to some, no? Okay yung minsan yung ganun eh. Kasi like for example, you are a graphic artist.
Yeah.
And then if you will make that as your bread and butter, may problema minsan doon. Kasi nga, it's something that you're passionate about, di ba? Mahirap na yung mismo din yung eksaktong business mo. Kasi nga, in my experience, mas mabuti pa yung passion business mo ay maging ministry mo. Anong point ko? Maski gawin mo ng libre, hindi ka maapektuhan dun sa economic side of that.
That's a good point.
Yes, kasi nga, that's what I'm doing. Siguro ayaw ko na mag-detail, ano? Pero I provide
Wait. I need to repeat that then ulit, no? So that even our viewers would get kung yung bilang kumano sa utak ko, no?
Gusto mo i-share sa kanila yung epiphanies, mga epiphanies.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense, no? Na sometimes huwag ka rin masyadong mag-bank into kung ano yung talagang passion mo to be a business.
Yeah.
Because even though na mistreat ka or even though na lowball ka, even though you're being like underrated sa rates mo, no, or something like that, no? Yeah, like I said, if you're being lowballed, no, parang ganon, hindi ka masyado maapektuhan because what you're doing is you like, no? And sometimes
you love pa nga eh.
You love pa nga, like. And then sometimes tayo naman mag-isip tayo, di okay lang kasi pandagdag din naman to sa skills ko o dagdag portfolio ko or dagdag ganito, no? And then sooner or later, yun yung nagiging price range mo, hindi mo na siya na no? I think that's a good point, no? Na, but it's hard not to, na hindi yun ang gawin mo. Because,
No. Explain further. Of course, syempre, this is my mastery na yun.
Okay.
Like yung sinasabi mo kanina, kung ako yun, no, di ba, minsan tayo design consultant. Ako hindi insultant minsan. Kasi kunyari, pwede ba ganito na lang? Ay, brother, naghihirap ka na ba? Ililibre ko na lang. Di ba? Kasi hindi, of course, I'm partly kidding. I'm kidding. Pero ang point ko nun kasi, ang hirap kasi na doon dependent nga yung ano mo economic well-being mo. You can only do that kasi meron ka naman ibang source eh.
Yun.
Kailangan mo ng tulong nito, I'll just give it for free. Do it for free.
I heard somewhere, and hindi ko na sasabihin ko anong banda, no? But they are a well-known band at saka ano sila, mga mismuhan na, alam mo yun, na sinabi nila na, kung hindi mo mababayaran sa rate ng banda ko, wag mo na akong prasyuhan. Tugtog na lang kami ng libre sa'yo. Parang ganun yung sinabi niya eh. Parang,
Yeah.
But I know they were just being sarcastic about it. Kung hindi mo kayang bayaran yung rate ko, wag mo akong tawaran ng sobrang baba kasi it hurts my feelings. Lilibre ko na lang. Di ba? Kasi pinipresyon mo ko na alam kong hindi naman yun ang presyo ko, na hurt ako. Di ba? Parang binavalue mo yung talent ko as a musician ng gento kababa.
Pero sometimes hindi mo naman kailangan maging sarcastic kasi you can really do that. I'm doing that. No? Many times, countless times. Ano na, kasi yung heart to help, yun. That's the key word. Heart to help. Yeah, pero alam mo brother, personally, of course, siyempre, personal nga, sa isip ko yung ganon, hindi pa kasi naiintindihan eh. Na-hurt ka kasi hindi mo naiintindihan yung game. Now, ito nga I want to share the game. Heart to help, sabi ko kanina. Kasi yung passion mo is centered sa heart. Kasi apat yan eh. You cannot separate each of the 4 parts sa isang tao. Mind, heart, body, spirit. Okay, mind is where you can become the best at sa planet. Meaning, intellectually, doon ka matalino, doon ka maalam, doon mind. Baga marami kang alam, technical yan, marami kang alam doon sa bagay na yan. Ano? So, yun yung mind. So, yun yung talent. No? Yun yung talent. Pero yung heart that's something that you love to do. No? That you're passionate about. No? You're passionate. No? So, magkaiba yun. Pag ginawa mong business yung passion, doon minsan nagkaka-problema. Of course, not at all times, itutuloy ko lang muna yung mind, heart, body.
Yeah, okay.
Body is the economic engine. Doon ka binabayaran. Doon ka binabayaran. Pag ginawa mo yun, may value ka nagagawa, people are willing to pay you.
Yeah.
Spirit is the conscience, the purpose, why you're doing it. Diba? Parang is it to make the world a better place? Or is it, parang ganun yan eh. Conscience mo yan eh. Na pag may ginawa ka, hindi puro pera lang.
Yeah.
So, mind, heart, body, spirit. Sa akin, sa BLOC, I shared this, mind, then yung body is yung means, yung money, and then yung heart is ministry, and then spirit is mission. Yung ministry kasi is you're doing that, like kami sa Missionaries to the Homeless, we're volunteers. Pag volunteer ka, are you being paid?
Of course not.
Some meron paid, pero they're not called salaries, but allowances. Di ba? Parang ganyan yan. Parang ganun yan. So, ganun din yan. Kung naiintindihan mo itong sinasabi ko, ang hirap talaga na gawing business talaga yung passion mo as your economic engine. No? So, dapat, okay, magaling ka doon, pero ihiwalay mo yung puso doon eh. Di ba? Parang ganun eh. Kasi yung puso, yan kaya naka-hurt.
Yeah.
Nangyayari kasi yan sa industry kasi hindi nga ito naiintindihan.
Sa una, ma-hurt ka na parang, hindi mo gusto yung gawa ko? Parang ganun eh. But along the way, you learn na, they want to change that? Change it. Yeah, they want to revise that? Revise it. Because if you're getting paid through what you're doing, your skills, pero may passion ka doon, tama ka, brother. Don't get hurt there because you're a service business eh. You provide service. And the important thing in that business is to have your client satisfied.
Alam mo, brother, in perfect relationship to that, na-explain ko na yun earlier, di ba? Yung difference ng product sa service.
Yeah.
Remember that? Product, project.
Yeah,
Project, di ba?
Yeah.
Sa product, ikaw masusunod. Okay. Sa project, masusunod syempre yung nagbabayad sa'yo.
Yes.
Kasi, why? In the first place, kanino bang dreams yun? I mean, kunyari, nagpapagawa ng dream house. Kanino bang dream yun? Di ba sa kanila? You're asking about how do you sustain it? Di ba? So, yun nga yung understanding. Ngayon, kasi kailangan mo muna maintindihan yung yung from the self-mastery kanina sinasabi ko into the right industry or right business na kailangan mong pasukin. Meron naman din if you are on a higher level, no, na hindi ka na masyadong attached nga sinasabi ko sa passion. Kasi yung passion mo can be provided as your ministry, sinasabi ko. Iba kasi pa yung business lang, which is economic well-being. Yung economic engine mo, which is yung body. For example, meron akong gustong i-share. No? Kasi this will lead dun sa sinasabi natin na yung tanong ko, di ba? How many musicians do you know who are making a meaning? Marami yan, di ba? Of course, they're making music, they're making a meaning. Di ba? Iba tungkol sa kapaligiran, iba is about
anti-government.
Yeah, ganyan. Pero how many musicians do you know who are making millions? Di ba? So yung iba, at the height of their career, perhaps, finally, they're making millions, di ba? Pero gano'n nga ba kadami yon? And then, tama yung sabi mo, kung kinita mo yan,
how do you maintain?
Maintain. Kasi ganito yan eh. For the longest time, you're perfecting your craft, di ba? Either you're a guitarist or a musician or artist-musician. And then suddenly, yan na yung break mo. Pero nung time na yun, nagtataxi ka ako, di ba? Nagko-commute ka, ganyan. And then, syempre, pag nagkaroon ka na ng mga gigs na medyo you're being paid well, based on mga interviews, personal interviews and actual interactions sa mga pag dumating na yung blessing na medyo you're being paid na, ang nangyayari most of the time, yung lifestyle ng artist or musician or artist-musician, nagbabago rin, tumataas din. Bibili na ng kotse yan. Bibili na ganyan. Kasi pag inisip mo nga naman, deserved.
I deserve this.
I deserve this. Ang problema, mas dumadami kasi height stars, nagiging rockstar, sabi mo na, star. So, tumataas din yung lifestyle. Bibili na ng condo yan, pero hulugan, sasakyan, hulugan, ganyan, kasi meron ka ng pan-down. Diba? Ang problema dyan is, paano kung ang stars hindi naman forever nagniningning Kanina napanood ko yung maganda, search nyo yung in-interview si JP De Guzman, yung child actor. Ang ganda, ang ganda nung content nung interview doon. Child, successful siya doon.
Yes.
Pero hindi naman lahat ng mga child
even in the States, si Macaulay Culkin
na nasira yung buhay ko doon. So you cannot be forever shining bright, parang nag-twinkle pa yung star na yan. Hindi eh. Kaya nga parang
bright like a diamond.
Pero how do you prepare for that? Yung iba kaya nawala yung ningning, and then syempre yung ningning, syempre may bago na naman papalit. No? Dati ikaw si Catherine, may Andre ka ngayon, parang ganun. Diba? So may mas bata, di ba? Parang ganun. So, ang point ko dito is, ang bihira yung talagang na-maintain nila yung
yun nga eh. Kaya that's one of my questions, how do you maintain, no? Pero yun nga, sabi mo nga, it has to start doon eh. Self-mastering.
You're on the right ground, para bloom where you're planted eh. Kung you're not on the right ground. So, doon pa lang problema na yun eh. Problema na agad yun. Yun. And then if you want to become rich, of course, meron kasing meron kasing right path na wag kang gaano affected nung yung passion mo lang. 'Di ba? Hindi kasi nandun yun eh. Kasi pag nandun yung passion, dun mo inaasahan sa passion mo. Yun ang magiging problema.
That's a good point talaga eh. Yung sometimes yun nga na sige na, gawin ko na to because you enjoy doing it. You love doing it, in fact, diba? Pero I heard this also once saying, a person said, I've experienced being poor and I experienced being rich. Trust me, rich is better.
Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey ba yun?
Parang.
I can't remember. I heard that. Tawa ko ng tawa na. I think in some ways, the idea of pag sinasabi, I want to be rich, may bad connotation na rin in some ways sa mga ibang tao, di ba?
That's a wrong starting point kasi. The same lang yan na parang you're doing it for money.
Wala pa tayo dyan sa, you told me, mindset.
Hindi na-achieve yun eh kasi mali yung mindset nga agad towards the thing. Sabi ko nga rin sa another song ko na naman, 'di ba? Parang ang aso pag hahabulin mo, 'di ba? Parang pag habulin ka nito, kung ikaw ay tatako pero pag ikaw ay umupo, parang ang point nun is yun na nga eh, you don't have to chase, you have to attract. 'Di ba? Yun yung pinaka-essence nung kanta, yung ang prinsipyo, no? Nasa Spotify ba naman?
Wow, nag-plug pa siya, bros.
Anyway, ang isa pa dyan, siguro, yun na nga, to those who are interested dito sa pinag-uusapan natin, brother, if you are a musician, an artist, or an artist-musician, if you're interested dito, I can mentor. Kasi like yung sinasabi, simplicity, alam mo yung simpleng buhay, pero problema mo kung may makakain ka ganyan o mangungutang. Hindi simple yun complicated life yun
Yeah.
Ang simple is yun nga, sabi, di ba, from zero, may utang ka. Siyempre, complicated yun Baon ka sa utang. And then, okay, freedom, nawala yung utang, pero bumabalik uli sa umutang na naman. Komplikado yun.
Remember guys, that's a good point. When you hear financial freedom, that doesn't mean marami kang pera. Financial freedom, as Brother Philip said, is yung zero ka, wala kang utang.
Wala kang utang, pero pwede kang bumalik ulit sa utang. So, next level is financial stability. Yung hindi ka na babalik uli sa utang. Bad debt, no? Kasi may good debt, no? So, ang sinasabi ko, stable ka na.
Throughout this podcast that we're going to do, when we sooner or later have some of our friends along, friends of mine in the industry, which will have not just mga artists or musicians where we tackled a while ago, musicians or performing artists or artist musician, whatever. No, not just that, but even big people in the organizing events, mga ganyan. Basta nasa realm of this side of my world, no? Versus magkakaroon din kami ng mga guests alongside that world over there.
Yeah, mga entrepreneurs, I'm thinking siguro I'll try yung mga nakasama ko sa the final pitch, some of them.
Wow,
Para
diba?
at least, tingnan natin para iba-iba rin yung panggagalingan. Some naman yung mga friends natin na medyo naging successful around, malapit lang dito.
Yeah. Maganda sana yun din, I know you know a lot of people, but if there is some people out there who are interested or meron kayong suggestion, you just go ahead, comment it down below para malaman natin baka po pwede natin maimbitahan, no?
Oo, kundi talagang irali nyo na, uy, mag-guest kayo doon.
Yeah,
Parang ganun.
Not just in the business side, the entrepreneur side of the realm, but also like, for example, in the music industry, the music realm, no? It's nice to talk about opinions as well, no? Because inside this podcast, it's not just we won't bore you with just, we're gonna teach you. It's not just that, but we like to share opinions. We like to hear rags to riches stories, not just in the business, but also in the music world, no? Na I think in our realm, nagkakaroon ng hurdle because of the realm that you have, the financial literacy or financial stability or financial abundance.
That's the reason why the title of our podcast is Reinventing Rockstars. And then there's this sub nga na Rockstars really rich. Kasi nga, it's a question at the same time, it's an exploration.
Yeah, I like that.
How we can achieve that, and hopefully, may mapupuntahan to through those, yung lahat ng mga binanggit mo, through the guests. And then, ma-achieve natin yun.
Yeah.
Na rockstars, ma-rewardan sila ng...
It might not be just answers coming from you. It might not be just answers coming from me. It might not be just answers coming from our guests. But,
well, that's
but collectively, we might stumble upon a really, that's the system right there, because we're not even sharing pa yung mga ibang naririnig ko sa'yo, brother, na sooner or later.
Actually, I'm interested through others, kasi as an innovator, I came up with that system, right?
Yes.
So, I base it on my personal wisdom na rin, sa experience, and then mas mafo-forge pa yon na, di ba, through other people na meron ding mga ma-share din. Definitely, I believe na tayo nga lang dito, everyday nag-improve, nag-evolve
Yes.
So what more kung we can also...
Off-cam, kaming dalawa here, we're rediscovering some other stuff as well, which is really nice. Alam mo yun? That's what I like about the BLOC campsite. No, it's a place where you could really just, like yung guest kagabi, she was soul searching daw, diba?
Yeah.
So it's really nice Fascinated ako sa mga ganyan ng buhay ng tao you know?
Yeah.
Because imagine mo, itong pwesto na to, it's not just a campsite. It's a place where you could soul search.
Yeah.
It's a place where you could reinvent yourself. It's a place where you could harness or not just sharpen, your skills.
Yeah, we even had this program that to those who are lost. It's a place where you can discover your life's purpose.
Yeah.
It's also a place where you can be listened to because you're undergoing some depression.
Yeah.
Mga ganun bagay.
It's the only campsite na nakita ko na may bar, may instruments, may jamming sessions, may jam area, may mga gamit for instruments for music because we all know music is a universal language.
They're singing sa camera and nga.
Yeah, but we are in the BLOC radio. We are in the BLOC Studio, di ba? So this is the BLOC Studio right
kasi
now.
expect that some of our guests may perform.
Yeah.
Parang
Baka, or we could put that in a different show. We might not.
Teaser lang.
Teaser lang. Teaser lang. But yeah, anyway, I think it's a good talk, brother, and I think hopefully a lot of people watching this, if you guys are interested in figuring out, because kung kayo, you're sitting down right now and you're watching this and then you're thinking na, damn, nag-grind naman ako after ng pandemic. Dire-diretso ako mag-grind. Magaling naman ako sa ginagawa kong grind. Bakit wala pa ako doon sa sinasabi nila na financial stability and financial abundance? O bakit nandun ako doon sa sinasabi nila zero? But, na-discover ko na, wait a minute, wala akong utang. Financial freedom na pala to.
Yeah.
Diba? It's a good way of telling yourself and repositioning your perspective view na you're sitting down there, wala kang pera, wala kang utang, you have financial freedom. Congratulations, bros or sisters. Yeah, you have financial freedom. But do you stop there? That's why when I asked Brother Philip, how far is far? But then I also ask, is like myself, I'm self-employed, services yung inaalok ko ng business ko, so I'm not in the right side of the quad.
Of the ESBA quadrant.
BSA quadrant.
ESBA
diba? I'm
not
yet. And I'm inviting everyone, if you want to join us along the way while I'm learning this, you could also learn. We're very excited. I'm excited for all the guests that we're going to put in here and talk like this. It's not your typical podcast na we just talk about anything under the sun. Not really.
Yeah.
This is one of the podcasts that I like to invest in because it's not just helping me. Actually, it's helping other people and helping me.
Yeah, it's enriching everybody.
Exactly. At the same time, we're going to open up some crazy subjects along the way. Maybe open up a can of worms from time to time. I don't know, but it's really nice.
Yeah, siguro, yun na nga. I'm happy about this too. Just like you, brother. Kasi nga, for me, I'm serving my personal mission. And that is to inspire and influence through innovation. So, siguro, like what I always share, get tired of just being inspired. Be the inspiration.
Yon, mismo.
A badass human being.
Yeah, you are a rock star. Not just that, but excited for this episode because I brought on a brother with me.
Meron akong kasama ngayon na entrepreneur. Parehas kaming technologists.
What me and Brother Philip is trying to do is to mix two worlds in one. He came from a welder, a handyman, to a successful entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Reinventing
Rockstars.
Now it's being used in a term where if you are excelling to a level of your skill.
Ano nga ba gumagawa ng pera? Sa pagbabanda, sa pagiging musikero, o pagiging artist, musician. At least through your own experience.
Ano kayang namimingwit? Yung pala yung namimingwit, employee. Yung barko, company pala.
sinuwerte lang din ako dahil may sistema yung parents ko dahil may nagpapatakbo sila dati ng agency ng promotions.
Kailangan mong i-discover yung magiging 3 palapag.
Or more.
Or more.
Yung pag-solve ng problem, pag na-solve mo siya, may return yun.
Oo.
So yung mga natutunan ko kung paano magbigay ng value dun sa isang tao nila.
What was on his mind, parang gusto niya ng business, sabi niya nga kanina, no, na hindi na maraming kaparehas. Yun. Oo, yun.
No?
Kaya siya napunta doon.
Kasi wala nga masyado.
Wala.
O sino makikipag-usap sa inyo kung paano i-represent. Kung walang alam about numbers, mahirapan talaga kayo.
Ano ba talaga ang sekreto ng pagiging?
Kung nagmamadali ka, magbiyahe ka mag-isa. Kung gusto mo malayo mararating mo, build a team.
Para sa akin, sa route ko noon,
Yeah.
malaki.
So, pakinggan yung mabuti yun ha. Pero,